미국 바이오 기업인 모더나가 코로나바이러스 백신 후보에 대한 일상 임상시험에서 항체가 형성되었다고 발표했습니다. 이것은 코로나 백신에 대한 첫 번째 인간 임상시험 결과이기에 기대가 크다고 미국 Cnbc 방송이 보도를 했습니다. 몇몇 다국적 제약사는 백신 개발이 될 경우 곧바로 대규모 생산을 위한 생산시설 구축에 나섰다고도 전했습니다. 이 보도 내용을 한영자막으로 편집했습니다. 영상후반에 해외 네티즌 반응도 있으니 끝까지 시청해주세요. 감사합니다.
Hopes for a vaccine, and that involves the company Moderna. Meg Terrell has that news for us this morning after an interview with the company's CEO earlier on Squawk Box. Meg.
Oh, good morning, David. These are the first human clinical trial results we're seeing of any COVID-19 vaccine, and they are encouraging. However, they are early. We'll give you the data, but just with some caveats. You know, this is a small trial that was done in relatively young and healthy volunteers. So there are going to be more questions to be answered in later stages of the trials. But what we saw in this phase 1 study was a dose-dependent response, meaning the higher the dose, the more of an immune response the participants generated. After 2 doses, they say all patients developed antibodies to the virus. 8 out of 8 patients who were, or participants who were evaluable showed neutralizing antibodies, meaning ones that stopped the virus from being able to infect cells. They did observe antibody levels, they said, that were similar to or higher than those generated by people who've recovered from COVID-19. Overall, they said the vaccine appeared to be generally safe and well tolerated. Some of the side effects they saw were some injection site reactions, fatigue, fever at the highest dose, things you do see sometimes with vaccines. And they say now they plan to start a phase 3 trial in July. Now, this timeline is incredibly compressed. They just got into human studies in March, and the way that they're doing this is really overlapping the trials. So they're starting the phase 2 based on the safety data from phase 1. Then they plan to start the phase 3 in July based on the safety data from phase 2 and the efficacy data generated from phase 1 to try to guide the doses that they'll select for that trial. If all goes well, the next question, of course, is going to be manufacturing. They've signed a deal with Lonza to try to manufacture up to 1 billion doses per year of this vaccine. And we talked with Stefan Bancel, the CEO of Moderna, about that on Squawk Box this morning. Here's what he said.
We were already, as you know, working on process scale-up, and with our Lonza partnership, we've said we could go up to 1 billion doses per year. What is clear is with this new data, which we just got at the end of last week, we're going to increase our investment in capital equipment, in raw materials, so that we can make as many doses as we can. We know every dose is going to matter.
So guys, even as all of these companies are trying to figure out whether they can make vaccines that actually work against COVID-19, a huge question is going to be the supply of those vaccines if they are successful. And the company's chief medical officer saying on their conference call today that demand is going to outstrip supply at the beginning. So it's going to be a major question.